Hello, Georgetown. Happy Wednesday. We are back again with some news and notes. My hair is a little longer this week, and we are another week into this. Mark, what do we have to share with the people today?
That was an uncharacteristically goofy opening.
Yeah, well.
Welcome, everybody, on
goofy.
this Wednesday. We celebrate yet one more week of Feeding America truck support. Thank you for the trucks that you've already contributed to purchasing. Our Feeding America distributions, just as a reminder, in June and July are the second and third Tuesdays of each month. We will keep collecting for those trucks until next Wednesday. So thank you for your generous support as always.
One of the ways that you have supported us just recently is with the Feeding Guatemala initiative, and I have so many words of thanks and expressions of thanks to you. We raised over $9,600 for the Feeding Guatemala program, and that's resources that are much needed in that country. I was able to talk with one of our ministry partners, Kirk Lightfield in Guatemala today, and he expressed his gratitude, and he's trying to get wheels underneath what he needs to mobilize that food, and plans are well underway for that. Kirk
and that $9,600 was over 2 weeks. Again,
yes.
Thank you, Georgetown.
That's really amazing what we were able to do and the way we're able to support that community. In my conversations with Kirk, he did ask me and mention to me about one of his ministry partners. His name is Mike Perez, and he is needing some medical procedure done, and really they're desperate to try to find a way to help him. And I said I'll make some connections and see what I can do. So in the weeks to come, maybe even next week, I'll be sharing a little bit of details about Mike with you, and maybe we can find a way to help him as well.
We've been doing our fundraising, our ministry opportunities in 2-week segments, and when we have more details, we'll share that with you. But right now, we're anticipating that next week might start a 2-week initiative when we get more information about that medical need.
Yep. Another important thing on our horizon is graduations. This upcoming Sunday, we're going to celebrate graduates together. One of the ways that you're going to have an opportunity to connect with graduates is there's going to be a booklet that's emailed to you. Take a look at that and think of ways in which you might connect with graduates. This is a unique time, so we want to do whatever we can to acknowledge and celebrate them.
Even today, we saw in the church parking lot a gathering of 10 or 15 cars getting ready to do some kind of drive-by for a graduate recognition. So if you have a graduate, if you are a graduate, if you know a graduate, you know that everything is turned upside down right now, and people are trying to find ways of making it meaningful, and Georgetown's trying to make it meaningful this Sunday.
Yep, there'll be a couple things in the worship package that we'll have to celebrate them. I think the next item that we need to talk about, and a lot of people ask about, is resumption of in-person worship at Georgetown. And there are some developments. We've formed a task force, a team around that. What can we share with the people about the task force? We've been lovingly calling it.
We can share a number of things. First of all, we want you to know that the task force is meeting weekly. That group meets on Mondays. Here are the people who are part of it. I am part of it. Elder Karen Karsten is, Eric DeYoung is, Katie Yankee is, Jen Dykehouse is, and Jim Roskamp is. Jim Roskamp. I always add a P on that. I don't know why I do that. This group is meeting weekly. We have been tasked and created by the elders. We are reporting to the elders. We, with everyone else, yearn to be together again. And the question that the team is tasked with is not when, but how, because we know that multiple preparations need to happen in order for this to go well. So we are committed to weekly communications with the elders, weekly communications with the congregation. Again, because we know that preparations need to take place we're acting deliberately and intentionally as we meet together. We know because of the sanctuary's need in terms of its being rewired and cameras being installed for live streaming, we know that we are not going to be meeting in the sanctuary probably until at least the mid or end of June. We could say indefinitely right now, but we'd rather just take this incrementally at this point. We want to affirm that the church is open and alive and well and doing ministry even when the building is closed. The ministry that we are doing is great. We're seeing new levels of people being galvanized and excited about the ministry we do together, even as much as we miss gathering together. So we want to encourage you to keep connecting with one another, to keep the conversation going. If you have questions for our team, by all means, feel free to raise them. If you have questions you want to raise with the elders or input, we welcome that. This is a team that is not keeping anything from anyone. It's a team that's open, operating with openness and transparency. And you should know too that we're working in concert with classes, churches, and classes and denominational guidelines. So I think you can feel good about the work that's being done. And if you have questions about it, feel free to ask.
We're very eager to meet again. We just want to do so in a way that's safe and healthy for the most vulnerable among us. That's a good, positive testimony into our community, and we're a good witness for being a force for inclusivity together. So those are kind of some of the due diligence things that we're working on.
Well, and as one of our team members said in a meeting yesterday, which I thought was so good, we want to do the COVID-19 experience through the lens of love God, love each other, serve the world, and so we want to take that seriously, each one of those. I'd rather say loving God, loving each other, serving the world. That's part of our DNA. That's who we are. How do we do that now in a season of COVID-19? We heard from the health department today, Ottawa County is a medium to high risk. The numbers escalated a little bit over the weekend. And so just know that we are in conversation with multiple external entities, with the church, the local health department, the classes, and we're not doing this in a vacuum. We want to, like you say, do due diligence.
Yep. You know, it's understandable that we're craving connection. And one of the things that the team is thinking about too is brainstorming ideas to further connections in the congregation in a safe way. So you might see initiatives or different things that we're going to try to just continue to remain connected with each other.
And even enhance it.
Enhance it. Good connections are being made. This is such a good body of folks here. And we celebrate the ways that you are supporting and loving and connecting with each other.
And are part of it.
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters, the peace of Christ to you.